Hey guys, so I was able to get the new Adidas X16 Plus Pure Chaos in, and I thought I'd do a quick review based on my first 1.5 to 2 hours playing in them. I believe I got a pretty good feel of how they perform, and I have to say that I am hugely impressed of how these fit, feel, and perform in comparison first to the X15 Plus, both the regular X and the Prime Knit, and over the regular X16.1. So let me just show you the box. Nothing fancy. There it is, X16 Plus Pure Chaos in that silver, black, and solar red colorway, which we have already been seeing in the Copa America Centenario and will be seeing in the Euros in the coming days. So let me just open the box. I'll show you what we get. You get the Chaos string bag, a little pretty fancy, has a divider in the middle for each shoe, X logo, Adidas logo, and then the silly warning on the string bag, no idea why they put that, but it says the color treatment will wear off with time overuse. Just like we saw in the Pure Control. If you saw my Pure Control video review, they had that same thing on there as well. And then they give us some comfort insoles. I don't really use these. I prefer the insoles that are in there at the moment. But nice little extra in case the ones currently wear away. And then here's the boots. This is, like I said, the metallic silver colorway that is part of the Mercury pack that will be on showcase this summer in all the various tournaments. As you can see, it is extremely shiny. Not my cup of tea in terms of colorways, but the boot is just so great in itself that I overlooked it. And I have to admit, when I first saw these, I thought that it was just a regular X16 with a lace cover on top. But I was very wrong. These are a huge improvement over the X16.1. If you saw my video before with those, I made a review on them, and I was impressed because it was a lot better than the 15X. But this is just a whole nother ballpark. I wasn't crazy about the regular X16, and it's not something I would wear in a personal use or in a game or anything, but these I would definitely rock. These are fantastic. So let me just get into the specs. So let me just get into the way the upper feels. The upper is incredibly soft and flexible, as you can see right here. Really flexible compared to the X16, which was thicker and a little bit stiffer, which I wasn't too crazy about. But this is something else. This is so soft, so flexible, and probably the softest upper on an Adidas boot that I've felt in quite some time. I don't remember that it was not leather, of course. The softest synthetic. It's not that it's plush. It's just fairly thin. You can see my finger through there. Fairly thin, so soft, very textured. Let's see if I can zoom in. I don't know if you can get those dots. You have the grip along the upper. I think it's called Grip Tex. I'm not sure, but it does provide some bit of grippiness on the upper, and it's all over, except well, it's all in the forefoot. It moves away. They start to fade it away in the heel area. But also you can see here, this does have the NSG technology, non-stop grip, and the Tech Fit collar, which are both mentioned on the instep. Then we have this lovely chrome finish on the sprint frame, carried through the whole sole plate. There's actually a sticker here. This sticker pertains to the warning that we saw in the bag, basically that the paint will chip off. But after 2 hours on grass, there's a very tiny bit of fading. Oh man, it's so hard. Underneath is just a plain old silver, basically to blend in with the upper. I don't know if you can see that, but it's fading away a little bit, just at the tip there. But it lasts a lot longer than the Pure Control finish, in my opinion. Or in my experience, rather. But yes, the upper, super soft, flexible, extremely comfortable when you slip your foot in. Sprint frame, stud pattern is pretty good. No complaints at all. It's just various shapes, little divots. Just basically it'll feel like a conical stud pattern, and it feels very comfortable. No stud pressure at all. Good traction on grass. I haven't used them on turf yet, so I can't explain. I can't give any insight onto how they would perform on turf. I know it's called an FG AG stud pattern. It looks more of an FG stud pattern to me. I'm sure it'll perform well on AG as well, though, because of the conical shapes. Now getting into the Tech Fit collar. It's very well constructed. I don't see it breaking or ripping at all. Very compression fit. We'll see that when I put them on feet. Nothing really to say about it. It does feel very similar to the X15 in terms of the way it hugs your foot. They have this sort of boost collar that we've seen on the Ultra Boost, or their Boost series in general. Really comfortable. As you can see, it has these little dots, little grip. I know the huge problem was heel slippage in the X15, but they pretty much eliminated it here. No complaints with the heel this time around. And then let's see if I can get inside. The Tech Fit goes right through all the way in, and it really just hugs your foot, compresses it. And that being said, this is quite a hard boot to put on. The lace cover makes it really hard to access the laces. I mean, it's not very... I mean, this is the lacing system, as you can see here. And it's very difficult. If one of your laces breaks or a lace hole snaps, it's going to be a huge problem to replace it. And I guess that's the huge problem with this shoe. And really my only complaint, if I had to give it anything, is just this lace cover. I wish they could have done without the lace cover, but it is a very cool feature to have that lace cover back that we saw on like the older Vapors, etc. But yeah, like I said, really hard to put on because of the lace cover. Covering the laces, hard to loosen, hard to adjust, etc. So just moving on to the lace cover, it's a bittersweet kind of spec on this particular shoe. Like I said, hard access to the laces to loosen and tighten the way you want it to, as this lace cover is really sewed down tightly, so it's hard to access. Also very hard, which also leads to it being very hard to put on. And I guess that's the bitter part. But the sweet part is, this is the cleanest striking surface I have felt in quite some time on a boot. The lace, this whole upper is just so clean. There's no distractions or anything. You get a pure strike off these, and that's what I love so much about them. So I think I pretty much talked about all the specs that I think were noteworthy and which make this boot so great. So let me move to an on feet and show you how these fit and how they look on feet. So like I said, these are one of the more difficult shoes to put on. They don't come with the shoe tree, but it's not like you really need it. I loosened the laces as best as I could, and I really put a lot of pressure down on my foot to slip it right in. But once it's in, it feels like a glove. Oh geez, let's try and get this one in. It is quite an effort, actually. Much like the new Superflies, because of that tighter fit, it's quite hard to get on. But here we go, tie the laces. And what you can do is you can tuck the laces in. I really just leave them out. I'll tuck the ends in just to avoid that hitting, clanging sound off while I'm running. Ah, there we go. And then this one, I know a lot of people just tuck the whole things in. I'm fine with just putting these ends of the laces in so it doesn't distract. Oi. Yeah, there you go. On feet of the Mercury pack of the Adidas X16 Plus Pure Chaos. On feet, extremely comfortable. And it's important to note that in the Pure Control, I wear a size 9. In the Pure Chaos, I wear an 8.5, and they both fit absolutely perfect. Pure Chaos, a lot more flexible than the Pure Control. I have no problems at all with comfort. I should also note that in the regular X16, I wore a size 9 and they fit pretty much perfect. I had a tiny bit of room in the regular X, but in these, and I feel as if I went in an 8.5, it would be a little bit too snug. But in the Pure Chaos 16 Plus, the 8.5 is absolutely perfect. The upper is just so soft. You get such a good feel of the ball, especially with this grip text. And then, as you can see, my toe is right at the tip in the 8.5, and it's a very comfortable, snug fit. Give you a view of the sole plate. I'm not sure how long it'll last, but so far so good for me. But then again, it's only been 2 hours. I'm sure over a course of a few weeks they will start to show its fade on the chrome finish. But that's all I really have to say about them. Now the big question is I believe it's $100 price difference between the regular X16 and the 16 Plus Pure Chaos. Is it worth the extra $100 or whatever currency you use? Is it worth the extra money, I should say, for the Pure Chaos? And my answer would be 100% yes. I just think that this boot fits better, feels better, specs are much nicer. The lace cover is such a great addition in terms of performance. And I mean, the sole plate is awesome as well. Of course that will fade. But that's really all I have to say. I'm sure, as always, I probably left something out that you would like to know, and so you can just ask that in the comments and I'll get back to you as best as I can. And until the next one, see ya!